PC gaming has been pretty much turned on its ear, simply because the Epic Store has come in and brought the usual console BS to the PC platform. Everything we wanted to fight against or not be a part of, like third-party exclusives, is now a part of our everyday life, and it's making many of us miserable. Sure, some sit there and say,
"Hey, why don't you just buy the game from the Epic Store? No big deal, you big baby."
But really, it is kind of a big deal, because they're twisting your arm. This isn't really competition. Competition is when you have options to get a product from where you choose, especially when it's third party. I understand first party exclusives. Third party exclusives make me sick. They're a pain in the ass. I have now missed out on a couple games I really wanted to play because they're Epic Store exclusives, and I want to show Tim Sweeney that, unlike most people, I will not bow. You will have to kill me first.
Pledge your ancestor made to mine. Bend the knee, and I will name you Warden of the North.
It takes no time to bend the knee. Pledge your soul to her cause.
And why would I do that?
And that's because I don't care if I live or die. Point being, due to all this, and let's face it, it's an unsustainable business model Epic Store is using to completely pay huge amounts of money for exclusives. At some point, it's gonna have to come to an end. And it makes me wonder if there will be any Epic Store sales, like Steam Store sales, that seem to be completely outrageously amazing, and they're practically like holidays for many of us. In fact, they're so great, you buy games you don't even plan on playing anytime soon. In a way, the developer gets money they would have otherwise not gotten at all. But nobody ever really focuses on that sort of slight positivity for the consumer. Point being, Epic Store said they will stop exclusives if Steam changes the revenue split, says the CEO. Frankly, if I was Gabe Newell, I'd take him on this. I'd see if he was bluffing. You know, I go, all right, I'll take that bet, motherfucker. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Put your money where your mouth is. Kind of like when Andy Worski called those dudes bluff last week on stream, and then those guys came back and decked his friend in the face while Andy did nothing but scream like a girl in the background.
Stay back! Stay back! Stay back! Stay back! Stay the fuck back! Stay back! Stay the fuck back!
Walk away now!
Wouldn't do shit. There's enough witnesses and it's on camera of him going towards us, so...
Oh yeah, he's all...
Yeah, he was all bark, no bite.
Camera.
You walking towards me? No! Stay back!
You a bitch ass nigga.
Hey.
Telling his little ginger friend to pull out a gun. That poor manlet. That guy is a true manlet. He literally had a taser and a handgun. If you could do any more to make yourself seem like a bitch, he probably should have brought a sundress into the mix. Oh, I'm off point. I saw this on Twitter, and I said my 2 cents, but I lost it. In a series of tweets, he said his main issue with Steam was the 30% revenue share dominance. It's the #1 problem of PC developers, publishers, and so on, and everyone who relies on those businesses for a livelihood. Epic is determined to fix that, apparently wielding exclusivity like a stick. If Valve reduces its share matching Epic's, it will back off. And Tim Sweeney said, and I quote, "If Steam's committed to a permanent 88% revenue share for all developers and publishers without major strings attached, Epic would hastily organize a retreat from exclusives while honoring our partnered commitments and consider putting our own games on Steam." I don't think anybody's going to play Fortnite anymore on Steam than the Epic Store. I mean, really. Except for like streamers dying for attention. There's only 2 types of streamers that play Fortnite. The streamers that are actually popular for playing Fortnite and people want to watch them, and the streamers so desperate to be seen that they'll play the shit even if they hate it. I know, I've been there. He's going with you to Tilted.
Tilted Titties.
Let's go!
Did the kid just singing a song called
We're
Tilted
going
Titties
Tilted
now?
Titties, right?
The Big Brother
I see.
Foundation.
The best part about children is eventually they all die.
Frankly, there are 2 sides to this. Many people are saying, hey, it's great, Steam should do it. And I kind of agree. But on the other hand, Steam offers a whole lot more than the Epic Store. Like the Steam Forum, for instance. My God, how many times have you troubleshooted a game, Google searched it, and you ended up in the Steam Store forums, finding the answer you needed? How many times has that happened? Even if you went to like Ubisoft's official forum pages to find out why the fuck your game wasn't working, what eventually happened? Someone linked you to Steam. There's the shopping cart where you can buy more than one thing. There's the friends tag. There's the ability to watch your friends game. There's abilities to join your friends while gaming in the middle of a game. There's the ability to share video and watch the same crap at once. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. There's so much crap on the Steam store, you're just scratching the surface. I mean, for God's sakes, family share? That's like one of the best features ever. You know, I never thought it would be something I'd use until I had it. But now I'm not using it currently because I had to kick my ex-girlfriend off of my Steam. So it's like, you can't dump me and then use my Steam game. Let's get out of here. How dare you? But if I wanted to share with my sister or some other friends, I could. You could even see friend activity, for God's sakes. People posting up crap they're doing. If someone buys a game, you leave a comment. There's so much going on. Not to mention the mod page, the marketplace to trade cards and whatnot, discussion forums, workshops, broadcasting. You can post your own videos and allow people to watch them and comment and rate them or go to your YouTube channel. There's so much here that you can do on Steam that isn't on Epic. So on the other hand, when you think about it, maybe Steam does need a bit of an extra revenue split because for God's sakes, look at all the shit they give you. But maybe they should try and compromise on some level. Maybe lower the revenue share just a bit, just to see what Tim Sweeney does. Because if Tim Sweeney backs out, it makes him look like a bigger douchebag. And in the end, you win that round. But I don't know, man. It's all just up in the air bullshit. Because frankly, it's one man's word. And what's it worth anyway? Considering he said something like gamers won't choose what platform wins, the developers will. Which is kind of dickish. That would imply that most people have no willpower. They're like, we'll decide what you'll do and you'll like it. And granted, most people don't have willpower, but I think most PC gamers are on PC because we like the ability to pick and choose what we will and won't do or where we will and won't buy from. That's why many of us abandon the console generations and the console market. It's a whole lot of a system dictating to you what you can and can't do. For God's sakes, they gotta pay for online, but that's another struggle. Around the same time Tim Sweeney said this, the information dropped that Fortnite employees worked up to 100-hour work weeks. Honestly, when I see something like that, which is prevalent in the gaming industry right now, there's one guy who emailed me recently who's a game developer, but he won't tell me what he's working on. This is back when Anthem came out and Jason Schreier did the whole article on how poor the work conditions were for BioWare developers. This game dev came out to me and sent me an email saying, this is par for the course. Every studio does this. Every studio has us working 100-hour work weeks. And sure as fuck, 2 weeks after he sends me that message, you see a whole slew of articles coming out from employees that say, yeah, we work 100-hour work weeks. This isn't some freakish thing only happening at EA. It's everywhere. And when you think about it, as soon as Fortnite hit, I'm giving you a brief synopsis of this, Epic's decided to hit the ground running. They had people doing crunch time around the clock practically to keep that Fortnite content coming out because they saw how much money it was making. If they're willing to disregard the health and benefit of their developers, do you really think that they're not willing to disregard you as a consumer buying their products or their games? I mean, really. Discussions over crunch, the term used to describe employees over time in the video game industry, blah, 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 blah. Rockstar revealed that they've had employees working 100-hour work weeks in anticipation of Red Dead Redemption 2's launch. I don't even know why they think 100-hour work weeks is a good idea. The harder and longer you work, the worse your work gets. The less aware, the less alert, the less ready. Like, I spend a lot of time messing around with video editing and stuff, and sometimes I can be screwing around with this crap 12 hours a day on some occasions. And I started learning recently, that's why I post less, or the quality of my videos just started to deteriorate substantially because I was just pushing myself to the point of where I'd black out my computer chair. And I can only imagine if you're working on a video game, for God's sakes, that's got to be 10,000 times harder than what I'm doing. And it's got to break you 100 hours every week for how many months? And they're willing to do this to their fucking workers because money. According to reports from Polygon, anonymous Epic Games employees have confirmed that over a period of several months, staff have been working in excess of 70 hours a week, with some of those totaling 100 hours. Staff stated that while working overtime was voluntary, I'm doing air quotes for voluntary, just like if you really want to play Metro Last Light, or the newest one, whatever it's called, Exodus, you can voluntarily get it from the Epic Store. A combination of stressful and hostile working environments made it much more of an expected service than someone going above and beyond the call for their position, one employee elaborated. So basically, it's about as voluntary as your mother telling you, you got to get up to go to school. You know what I'm saying? And I quote, I worked an average of 70 hours a week. There's probably at least 50 or even 100 other people at Epic working those hours. I know people who pull 100-hour weeks. The company gives us unlimited time off, but it's almost impossible to take the time. If I take time off, the workload falls on other people, and no one wants to be that guy. Oh, great. Just great. You have unlimited time off. But if you get the time off, Fred is fucked. We all know Fred doesn't have a wife, kids, or friends. We'll make Fred do it.
It's okay. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Enjoy your son's bar mitzvah.
Fred is on an IV. People are working very hard on Fortnite and other Epic efforts. Extreme situations such as 100-hour work weeks are incredibly rare. We seek to immediately remedy them to avoid reoccurrence. That's what Epic's PR people said when reached for comment, obviously. They're not going to sit there and go, yeah, we taskmastered these little shitheads. If I see a developer stick his head out of his cubicle, I whip him in the nose. No! The children need more flossing. I don't want to see your face until I can feel the flossing from my office. We need you to crunch. Ninja, stop playing Fortnite. And I quote, we're always in crunch. Crunch never ends. In a live service game like Fortnite, you're always building more content and more stuff. My God. Fortnite is literally the pyramid, and these fuckers working on it are the slaves. They're waiting for Moses, aka a new battle royale, to save them and give them an exodus. Jesus Christ. You're supposed to believe that Tim Sweeney cares about you as a consumer, and he cares about other developers and publishers. Meanwhile, the ones that work at Epic are being worked like dogs to make sure that the Fortnite revenue stream doesn't stop coming. And you're supposed to believe they give half a ball fuck about you, other than your money. Believe what you want, but frankly, the Epic Store doesn't impress me. And that's a telling omission of what to expect. Basically, the guys at top don't care. At the end of the day, it's always about money and control. The only two things CEOs ever care about. Maybe there was a time when Tim Sweeney seemed human and gave a crap, but I think it's all a facade now. You either die the hero, or you live long enough to see yourself giving Twitch thoughts money. And on that note, I'm the hell out of here. I will work on more comedic content later, because I know that's what people want from me. There are many people who need a laugh, because they're working jobs they hate. And if they don't get a laugh, I have reason to believe more violence will befall the country. I am literally saving lives, and people don't even know it. Now, well, till next time. Oh, wait, that's right. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, hit a bell or something. And I'm pretty sure once you hit the bell, you got to hit some extra bullshit because YouTube's genius like that. Because that's the only thing that's going to keep my head above water in this new, very, very progressive YouTube state. I'm about ready to just say I'm gay on Twitter and see if that helps me. I got to come up with some sort of shtick to save my ass.